here at Start Over Rover. Here I'm with Liz Dorland, who's the communications manager with the American Red Cross out of Omaha. Liz, good morning.
Good morning.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today?
I am. Thank you for having us here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. And of course, when we think of the American Red Cross, a lot of us think about disaster after the fact. You know, of course, Pilgard, the tornadoes, and you folks are there helping people out. But you actually have some really cool ways. When I talked to you about this, and what did you say to me? You said, we've got apps for that, right?
There's an app for that when it comes to the Red Cross. And when it comes to preparing our family, which is really what the Red Cross is about, is also responding, but also preparing our community so that we're more resilient. So I said to you, we do have the Pet First Aid app that people can download. It is available for all iPhones and Androids. And what it does is just got a lot of great tips on it. But what we want to hit on mostly, especially during severe weather season, is making that disaster preparedness plan, not only for your family, but also for your animal as well. And so it'll take you through, make sure you have a first aid kit, have extra emergency supplies, other items. But these are all things that should already be in your disaster preparedness kit that you have created for your family.
Okay, cool. And some of the things you have here, which, I would want to have for myself and my family, in the event of a disaster, power goes off, I want to have some water, some food.
Sure.
And this is some of the things in your kit, but let's talk about that and some of the things specific to your animal, to your pet.
Specifically to our animal, well, we also have food for ourselves, but we also can't forget our dogs.
What about your weather guy?
We want to make sure that you've got food for the weather guy, too.
Okay.
So we've got extra Good Bite dog bones for you here.
Perfect.
And we also want to make sure that we have leashes and extra
Don't say
kennels.
that's for me.
And no, I won't say that's for you. But in case of your animal should get loose or you're trying to dig out of any debris, you want to make sure that you have a leash readily available so that you can be able to hold on to your animal as you're, unfortunately, if you should have to get out of that debris in that situation.
Okay, back to the app real quick, because like the fireworks last week, a lot of pets ran off, and then of course, when people go to shelters, one of the things is the people might get separated from their animal. Does that app have some safety features with locating your pet and some tips on that?
Absolutely. People can be able to create their own pet profiles. So these are my two pets. And in their pet profile, they're able to upload a picture of their animal, put in their name, their ID tag if they're microchipped, and all those necessary items. So then you can push it out to social media and say, hey, I've lost my animal. Can you help me look out for it? Okay,
pretty cool stuff. So, we're talking with the folks at Start Over Rover, and there's a lot of volunteers here, and the American Red Cross is made up of a lot of volunteers as well. Let's talk about them for a minute.
Well, we will have volunteers here this afternoon that will be teaching CPR classes on how for your pet, so that people can be prepared. And we're going to talk to them about downloading this app and creating their special profile for their new longtime furry friend that they're going to adopt here today.
Okay, Liz Dorland with the American Red Cross, thanks so much for joining us. And we'll have that demonstration coming up at the midday show, 11:30, talking about pet safety and also first aid for your pet. We'll have more News 5 coming up after the break. Stay with us.